Привет, друзья! Как дела? My name is Fedor, and today we're going to answer the question: why do we have to add по before verbs? Why can't I just say "Я хочу играть в компьютер"? Now this sentence is incorrect. Why do I have to say "Я хочу поиграть в компьютер"? Why do I have to add this по to it? Today we're going to talk about that. Today you're going to find out the answer to that. The answer to this is going to be very, very simple, but the practice, the implementation, the mastering of this might take some time. Just be ready for that. So the reason why we have to add по is that in Russian we have two types of verbs. Ones that describe process and ones that describe fact. In fact, in English we have the same thing. I can say I was playing video games, and I can say I played video games. Now this one describes a process. I was playing for a month, for 2 months, right? And then this one is going to describe a fact. I played video games. Even though the action is the same, the meaning is not the same, right? It's very, very similar, but it's not the same. In Russian, we have the same exact thing. So if I were to translate those two sentences, I would say "Я играл в компьютер." I played the computer, to be short. "Я играл в компьютер." But this one will be "Я поиграл в компьютер." See, we added по here. We added that по to switch from a process to a fact. Now the sentence went from "I was playing the computer" to "I played the computer." Again, it's only a slight change. Now this concept of one being a process, one being a fact is called aspects. This one is imperfective aspect, and this one is perfective aspect. I don't know what's so imperfect about this, meaning, but we call this imperfective and this perfective. So the first concept you have to know is aspects for you to use verbs properly, and this po and the process and the fact thing. First thing is aspects. Now the second thing is this. Let's take this verb поиграл, right? We added по in the beginning, and по is a prefix. In fact, any letters we add before the verb is going to be called a prefix. По is one of them. Now we add a prefix, like in this case по, to change from a process to a fact. Now this поиграл will describe a fact because it has a prefix. Let's dig deeper into prefixes. Prefixes is a second concept with this по before the verbs kind of a thing. And this will be very, very useful for you guys for your future of Russian, because prefixes are truly impactful in the Russian kind of vocabulary. Now, prefixes. По is the most popular prefix. Now there is 20, maybe 30 different prefixes out there, but why do we have so many of them? We have 20 to 30 prefixes because each prefix will carry its own meaning. So depending on the prefix we choose, we can slightly change the meaning of a verb depending on that prefix. Now the reason why this one, по, in fact, let's just remove this word completely and add по as a separate prefix. По, the reason why it's so popular is because it's one of the only prefixes that will not have any effect on the verb. So if I wanted to say I cooked, I can simply add по to I was cooking. If I wanted to say I walked, I can take I was walking and add по. It's not going to influence the meaning of the verb whatsoever. Another prefix that would do the same thing is за. Now за is in fact a bit less. I would say 30% of the time it will add a meaning. We kind of choose по and за depending on the verb. Not all verbs will work with по, and same for за. But this is where it gets interesting. Each prefix is going to have its own meaning on a verb. So let's take this verb. Let's take the sentence actually. Я играл. This one will mean I was playing. If we add я поиграл, this one will mean I played. Went from a process to a fact. But if we change по to, let's say, вы, я выиграл, this sentence would mean I won. Okay, it went from I played to I won. It's kind of the same stem verb because you cannot really win without playing, right? So that's why in Russian, to win derives from to play. So я выиграл means I won. If I put я проиграл, this one would mean I lost. As you can see, just by changing the prefix, we went from one meaning to the opposite, from winning to losing. And that's what prefixes do in Russian. Not only do they change the process to a fact, they will also add its own meaning to the verb. Depending on the verb, depending on the prefix, we can come up with a combination of words that will create new verbs out there. All right, but we just only covered kind of the base layer of aspects and prefixes. We go in more in depth on our Be Fluent class platform. You can join us with the first link in the description. And we have a program that includes aspects and prefixes, but also other things that are prerequisites to this. If you feel like you are overwhelmed with this topic, you're gonna have breakdown of topics beforehand so you can understand this concept much better and build up that vocabulary and that confidence in Russian. We also recently posted Russian for traveling. If you are looking to travel maybe next year, maybe coming up soon, you need to check out that course so you can get more comfortable with Russian language and you can survive and thrive in Russia whenever you're gonna go there. All right, that's it. Now you know. So to answer the question in the title, why do we add po before verbs? We simply want to change the meaning from I was doing to I did something, but without the influence of a prefix meaning. That's it. Keep on learning. Check out our Be Fluent class or this next video to keep on learning Russian.